Greg, now that you've done more than 200 interviews, we're going to take you into the next level as you close out Big 12 Media Days, but you've had plenty of time to assess all the quarterback play in this conference. Certainly BYU is one of the bigger question marks. Yeah. Where are you on the panic meter with BYU football at quarterback because Jake Retzlaff is no longer there?
I'm not panicking at all because I believe quarterback play is as much about the people around you as it is about the person. And I think it's a real nice luxury to know that this is an offense that is not going to be exclusively on the quarterback's shoulders. It's never been that way. And there have been years, too, like think about how many years in the past where we've gone into a season thinking, all right, BYU's in good shape at quarterback, and then it was like, ooh, that wasn't so good. And then there's years where like, I don't know about this young Zach Wilson kid, we'll see. And then it was great. You know what I mean? And I remember that vividly in 2019, calling a game at Tennessee, and there are 30 seconds left in the game, and they're on their 8-yard line. He goes down, leads them to a comeback victory on the road in Neyland in overtime, and then beats SC the following week. It's like, this guy can go. No one knew who he was 2 weeks earlier. So I think I trust Kalani. I trust the system. I trust the identity and the culture. And I just am not that concerned about it because you have two guys that play college football and are really talented freshmen. So roll the dice and just surround them and try to compliment them the best way possible. I think you'll be just fine.
Why do you think the term game manager has a negative connotation in football?
Because we live in a highlight reel society. And if you make a really good check at the line of scrimmage and all of a sudden that run now goes from a gain of 2 to a gain of 9, that's not making SportsCenter. Like if I hit a CNI single between first and second base and I'm Ichiro and I have 210 hits a year, but all I'm doing is just slapping ground balls and beating them out to first, it's not going to make no one's going to show my plays. They're going to show me the home run that the guy has. I don't remember the Mariners player now that's rolling, but you know who I'm talking about.
Cal Raleigh.
Raleigh, yeah. I was about to say Cal Raleigh. It took me a second. I know his nickname. I wasn't going to say that. But anyways, I just kind of look at where we're at in society, and like we really value highlight reel plays. There's a reason why Lamar Jackson's popularity is just so off the charts because he does the unthinkable on the football field. There's a reason why Patrick Mahomes is the most popular player in the NFL because he does things that you can't comprehend, but people kind of lose sight and lose appreciation for the guys that absolutely carve you up with 6, 7, 8-yard gains like Tom Brady. He's the best of all time, has more rings than anybody. Why? Because he absolutely lit you up throwing hitches and slants over and over and over again. And he can throw it down the field too, but the highlight reels plays that Tom Brady made aren't going to be the same as the highlight reel plays you see from Lamar and you see from Patrick Mahomes. So I think there's a place in the world for game managers. I just don't think society is quite ready to celebrate it. I think it's highly important. I think all the guys that are electric too, they also have to manage the game as well, or else they won't find success.
On that note, fair to say if BYU has a guy like McKay Hillstead or Trayson Bourget or Bear Buckmeyer step in, and this year they are a game manager, would that be a good result for this BYU football team?
Well, optically this year, the expectations across the board in the league are great quarterback play wins championships because there's so many good ones here, and we're just a year removed from watching, Sam Leavitt play incredible football and lead ASU to a title. So it's understandable that we're kind of living in that era right now. But I also look too, like Rocco Beck last year, statistically speaking, is not like outrageous. But you know what Rocco Beck does? He knows exactly what the down and distance is. He knows exactly what play to check into. He doesn't make huge mistakes. And he just manages the game and absolutely crushes it. So the two guys that managed the game extremely well last year were playing in the title game. Some of the most talented guys were not. Why is that? I think there's a real give and take there. So I think it's something to be watched. If I'm BYU, look, I would love to have a veteran guy back, knowing how many veterans I'm competing against. But at the same time, it's not the end of the world. I fully trust the offensive staff to put whoever it is that ends up winning the quarterback job in a good spot to be successful because of the defense they'll play and because of the run game that they'll establish.
Greg McElroy of ESPN is on BYU Sports Nation. You're 2-0 calling BYU games. How do we get your production schedule to put you back on a BYU game?
Yeah, I mean, 2-0 and like two outrageously insane finishes. A win against Tennessee on the road and a win against USC at home. So, yeah, I mean, I love going to Provo. I've only been once, obviously called the one in Neyland a few years back. But I think it's a super special place. And it's like anytime you can go on vacation and call a game, it's a pretty good place to be. I feel like, especially as you're sitting there in the press box, you can quite literally ski into the stadium. I don't know if that's possible. I'm probably not going to try it, but it's just a neat place, and I've always enjoyed the culture. I have a great relationship with Kalani. I just have a lot of respect for him. Like, he is who he is. He really practiced what he preaches. He believes in what he believes, and I'm inspired by that, and have been since he got the job, frankly. So I just couldn't be happier for what the program's at, and I think they're going to have a great year. I really am hopeful that they can.
You played high school football at South Lake Cara with McKay Jacobson. I know that there are some BYU fans that will know that once upon a time you got an offer from Bronco Mendenhall to go to BYU. What do you remember about that interaction with Bronco?
Well, it was kind of amazing because we were up there, and of course, like, the staff at the time was like a really impressive staff. Several have gone on to like do really cool stuff, and several I think are back and are there at Utah. Or they trade places all the time, but it was a cool staff. I remember going in, we were in the weight room, and we had gone to camp, and camp went real well, and they're like, we'd like to extend an offer. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. I really appreciate it. I know McKay's coming here. It'd be fun to come up here and live it up. And they said, well, we need to tell you about the honor code. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Good to hear. And like, you can't do this, can't do that, can't do this, can't do that. Like, well, I kind of like beer, so it wasn't the right fit for me, but it was for McKay, and it's a really a special place and a neat spot, and a place that I really have come to enjoy visiting, and look forward to hopefully doing many more games in the future.
All right, last question. As a high-level quarterback yourself and a guy who watches that position with a lot of clarity and understanding, what advice, if you're in the room, would you give to the three BYU quarterbacks competing for that spot in a really shortened time frame?
Yeah, okay. The big thing, if I were coaching young quarterbacks, touchdowns, checkdowns. That's it, all right? So, like, if it's there, take it. If it's not, like, you never go broke. Tom Moore told us this in the NFL. You never go broke putting money in the bank. A positive gain is a positive gain. Like, take the 5-yard gain. Don't try to be Superman. Don't try to show off how great you are. Like, if a guy's open underneath, take it. Don't wait for the guy to potentially come open down the field when you can just take this and live to play 2nd and 3, because in 2nd and 3, your play caller is probably pretty dang good. All of us are. So I think that's the big key is, like, don't try to be a hero. Don't try to do too much. Just be patient. Allow the game to come to you. There will come a time and a place when you have to win the game with your arm. That will happen for everybody. There's going to come a time and a place when you have to fit it into a window that's about this big. Yes, there's a time and a place for that, and it means you're down 7 in a gotta-have-it situation. But it's not on 1st and 10 in the second quarter. Be smart, be methodical, understand situationally what it's going to take to move the chains, and I think just make the most of your opportunity, man, because college football is short. Your life as a college football player is short. Like, enjoy it. I put way too much pressure on myself in college. Like, I don't want to say I was miserable, but I was a lot more miserable than I should have been. You know what I mean? And I think you need to just enjoy the ride, enjoy your teammates, enjoy the relationships, lean into those, and, like, let the game do what the game does. Like, be yourself. You're at BYU because you're good, and lean into that and give yourself a shot.
Great perspective. Greg, we appreciate the time and your busy schedule. Like you said, don't blink. You wake up, you got 3 kids, and the football days are over, right?
Long gone. Yeah, long gone. I can barely walk without being sore tomorrow. So it's all good now.
Thanks again.
Appreciate it.